Hey, I'm Donald Faison.
And I'm also Donald Faison. We're here to announce to you that we're going to do the first ever live episode of our podcast, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, on June 10th in Seattle.
That's right. We're going to be rewatching the musical episode, which is titled My Musical.
Yes.
So you just bring your friends, bring your partners, bring your kids.
Probably don't bring your kids.
Well, for one night only, former Scrubs co-stars Donald Faison and Zach Braff heading to Western Washington for a live version of their hit podcast, Fake Doctors, Real Friends. Tickets are still available, but they are selling fast. And this morning, we are hearing all about the live show from the stars themselves, Donald Faison and Zach Braff. Thank you two for being here. Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. We were super excited.
What's up, Seattle?
Yeah, everyone.
Good morning,
I have to say,
Seattle.
Everyone at Good Day Seattle is like geeking out right now.
Well, hey, good day.
Good day, Seattle. So Scrubs premiered more than 20 years ago. I mean, it starred both of you. I mean, really, you guys are like one of the most iconic sets of best friends probably on TV. And I think when we all found out that you two were actually close, there was like a aw moment, you know? Like, so tell us about your friendship and how it led to the podcast.
Well, we've been best friends since we met at the table read for Scrubs.
Aww.
We didn't know each other, and it was love at first sight. And now, this many years later, I'm godfather to his children. We're best friends, and you know, during the pandemic, we couldn't see each other that much, so we came up with this idea, a way that we could see each other every week, and that was to do a rewatch podcast of our show. And so we watch every episode, and then kind of go through it for the audience.
That's awesome.
We're gonna watch the show, talk about the show, and then talk about, you know, just what you get to see when you listen to the podcast, or hear when you listen to the podcast, is us just living our lives as best friends. So the show is a part of the podcast, but you know, our relationship is, you know, it's Fake Doctors and then Real Friends.
Oh, I love that. And I mean, is it kind of a trip to rewatch the show? I mean, what goes through your head when you're rewatching some of those episodes?
Well, first of all, I barely remember any of it.
Really?
It was so long ago. It feels like, you know, and it feels like it was so many lives ago. You know, married with children now.
Yeah.
It's so surreal because we're laughing. We remember some of it, but it's so long ago. But it is our sense of humor. So you're watching a show that's making you laugh, but it's you and it's jokes you don't remember. It's very surreal.
I love that. It's like it's new again.
It is because we don't remember. We remember like bullet points, you know, but we don't remember the individual lines. And there's so many of them. You know, we did 9 seasons of the show, so it's.
So, I mean, talk a little bit about, talk about the beauty of doing a podcast live. I've heard more and more podcasters starting to do this and take things live to the stage. That's going to be really cool, it sounds like.
Well, this is our very first one.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say that, you know, we've heard of other podcasters doing this, and Donald and I were never stand-up comedians, but we're big hams and we're big clowns, and we're like, wait, this is our chance. We can do a comedy show live in front of an audience. So we're doing our very first one in Seattle. We decided to try it all out at the Moore Theater on June 10th, and we're
gonna do My Musical.
We're gonna watch the musical episode of Scrubs, and then we're gonna just talk the audience through it. We're gonna do a Q&A. There's gonna be some special guests, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Maybe some singing. Maybe some singing.
See, that was my question. I was curious if you picked this specific episode to watch live in Seattle, or was it just sort of the luck of the draw?
No, we picked it specifically because we didn't, you know, some of the episodes we admit aren't great. You know, there's a lot of them, so we didn't want to just randomly pick an episode.
I didn't say that. He said that. I didn't say that.
I want to know which episode you don't like.
Well, we did so many of them. They can't all be winners. But we chose the musical because it is so beloved by the fans, and also may or may not give us a chance to sing a little bit. So we just knew it would be fun.
I'm imagining like a sing-along, like a la Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like, I feel like people.
Oh, that would be so cool.
I know,
if everybody
right?
got involved like that. I dare you. Hey, Seattle, I dare you to come out and get involved like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I mean, you
And
said
it's
like an
coming
iconic
costume.
episode. People know the words to these episodes, especially the iconic musical episode. They're gonna show up and they're gonna sing along. I
That
feel
would
like
be
that.
great.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them will come.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was
Say
just gonna say maybe some of them will come in costume like they do
Yes.
for Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I
yeah,
mean,
but don't dress like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Dress like Scrubs.
maybe you guys could start the trend. No, Zach Braff, Donald Faison, thank you so much for being with us this morning. What a pleasure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
And we
for
just want to
having
tell
us.
people there's still a few tickets available, so please come join us on June 10th at the Moore Theater.
Yes, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, June 10th, Seattle's Moore Theater. Again, thank you. We are such fans
so
of
much.
both of
Hey,
you. So
good
it's
day,
so good.
Seattle.
Good day, Seattle.
Good day.
Why, thank you. All right.